Phathu, it's your second season with Kaizer Chiefs. You were here last season. Unfortunately, nothing different happened from what has been happening. Well, what do you think could change this season to make things better?
Firstly, it's working hard.
Speak louder. Man.
Firstly, it's working hard as a club, so and make sure that we work together and achieve what we want to achieve as a team.
But how do you work harder? Because I'm sure you're working hard last season, but things didn't go well. What maybe do you think you need to do better this season, or maybe the change of coaches made you confident that things could be better?
Yeah, I think surely it will help us a bit because the coach has been here since he know the culture of the team, he know everything about Kaizer Chiefs. And like I said, we bring new players, so we have to improve our squad. And like I said, we have to work together and make sure that we gel earlier and make sure that we started in a high note.
And speaking of new players, they've brought in 2 midfielders to compete with you guys. Are you happy with the competition? Does that make you happy that and make you sit on your toes all the time?
I don't think it's competition. I think it's to improve the team and make sure that we get what we want as a club. So it's to make sure that we win something at the end of the season. So I don't think it's competition for us to make sure that we give our best, all of us, for the club, not for our own benefit or for individual things.
What are you expecting from the Roller Aim game? You guys are playing your first game away from home. Obviously, it's been a club that's given you a bit of few problems last season. What's the expectation of this game?
Yeah, surely it won't be an easy game. Yeah, it will be a tough game like any PSL game. I think it's a tough game. They beat us last season, 2 games, so looking forward for this game. We make sure that we prepare ourselves and make sure we watch their videos and make sure that we go there and just play and make sure that we give our best on the day.
Now, Coach Phathutshedzo has been given a full role this time for the first time. He's had stints at the club. What is his philosophy compared to some of the people that you've worked with? Let's say, talk about Stuart Baxter, and yeah.
Yeah, I think I only work with only Stuart, so I won't say a lot about Stuart. What I know is, like I said, coach knows the team, coach knows the club. He played for the club and he knows everything about the club. So, like I said, we are working together as a club. We are working together from the people, from the management, the players, to make sure that we improve and make sure that we give the best to the club.
Now, Arthur's a very easy man on the street, but in terms of teaching and imparting the knowledge of football and the club's philosophy, how does he go about it?
Firstly, it's respect and make sure that we are professional, regardless of easy or it's not easy. When we get here, we know that we are at work, so we have to give that respect and make sure that we do what he wants.
You have a knack for scoring big goals, but last season you played more restricted, not allowed to go forward that much, which is why perhaps you only scored 1 goal in your first season. Where do you enjoy playing most, as defensive or even more of an opportunity to run up front when the opportunity arises?
I only scored 2 last season, which I think it's very low because usually I score I'll say average of 6 or 7. So I think I'll have a great season this coming season. That one is what under the bridge is gone, so I'm looking forward for this season and make sure that I give my best and make sure that I always positive and contribute to the club.
Alexander, we saw a documentary where they spoke to you, a profile, and we saw that you've got a good family support. How has it helped you in dealing with the pressure here? Because obviously it's bigger than anywhere you might have ever been.
Yeah, it's definitely the thing I cherish so much, it's the support behind me, my family, my friends, my church. So without that, I wouldn't be where I am today. And no, like the coach always says, no man is an island. So everyone that's in my corner is behind me. So credit to them also that I am where I am today. Yeah.
Cole, when I think I was about 15, 16 years old, I was playing at Vasco. You were on loan then at only PSL season, and that was because you couldn't get into the Ajax team. You went back to Ajax, it didn't work out. How much sacrifices did you have to make in your career to get to this point where you're playing for one of the biggest clubs in South Africa and Africa?
Yeah, good question. But firstly, like I wouldn't change anything because those are the things that actually made me strong as a person and as a player, and I wouldn't want it any other way, because who knows if those things didn't happen, if adversity do come, we'll be able to stand strong, you know. So yeah, that for me comes, you know, that first, to answer your first question. Then secondly, the sacrifice, I think, is moving away from home, and you know, changing the diet, changing your lifestyle, working on your mind, working on your performance, all those extra time. It's like I tell my boys back home, the boys I train, is every choice we make, you know, always ask ourselves, is it taking us closer to our goals and dreams, or is it taking us further away? You know, if it's taking us closer to our goals, choose it. If it's not, then don't do it. So that's one of the mottos I try and live by daily. Yeah.
You mentioned of motto, you speak of a motto you live by daily, and now coming to this team, you're one of the most experienced players in the midfield. So what motto or what advice do you usually give out to the young ones in training and camps?
No. Yeah, I think, you know, the advice I give to them is the advice I use for myself, is just give your best, you know. Your best is enough, and just make sure you give your best. If you have that way of playing, of living, then I think we won't regret as much. Yeah.
And Cole, when you came here, you came with Stuart Baxter, who you've had a relationship with for a while. Seeing him go, how did that affect you, if at all, and how are you readjusting now to under a new coach?
Yeah, I think I will always admire. I call him the sensei. I always admire Stuart Baxter and for what he's done in my career and bringing me here. He's played a big role in my career as well. But this is football, you know, and players come and go, coaches come and go. Firstly, I'm not a footballer, I'm a Christian, and I truly believe that whoever's in charge, you know, I must honor that. I must honor my contract, honor those that is in charge, those that are in authority, and that's it, you know. No matter who comes in, you honor the coach, you respect his authority, and you go to work. Yeah. So yeah, that's just how I see it. Yeah.